Hi, I'm Adam Diaz, a senior sales engineer here at Privacera, a leader in unified data access and Gen AI security governance. Thanks for joining us today for a video on discovery, tagging data for policy enforcement. One in a series of technical videos we like to call Hit Me With Your Best Shot, a Privacera Explains series, where we take shots at your toughest technical questions. Here at Privacera, we often get questions about the process of discovering data and requesting access. Let's take a look at how we enable this in Privacera. So here we are in scan status. So we've set up the scan in the data sources. We've specified a resource and we've told the system to go ahead and start the scanning. And we're jumping here now to the scan is finished. If we were to sit and watch it run, you would see this status section here go through a variety of stages while it was running. When it's completed, obviously, you'll see the green light that says success. And so there's a number of different pieces of information here we'll kind of walk through. This is the resource, obviously, on the right here that we were specifying in the specific scan. So in this case, we looked at this bucket. We looked at this folder. If you click on the information icon, the eye icon here, gives you a little summary of what happened, what was processed, how long it took, what resources were scanned, at least a total summary of what resources were scanned. If we look at the summary report, there's a little bit larger report in here. Okay, this will tell us what was tagged, what was not tagged, what was excluded, what have you. In this case, we can see under that data directory, it found a number of files. And so sales CSV, finance CSV, complaints, and what have you, all these different CSV files um, were scanned. Okay, so we see there's 12 resources that were scanned here. Okay, so what actually happened? That's great, but what actually happened? How do I see that next layer down, what tags were found or what tags were applied? You get that by clicking on the scan ID, and that actually jumps us down. If you watch closely, that actually jumps us from scan status down to the next major section in uh, the navigation system on the left, to down to classifications. So this is for the scan ID that we had just clicked on. We can see for the application pre-sales demo that's the S3 connection that we made. And then here's the resource sales data CSV. Then you can see that it found two things: person name and US city. And because it was within the threshold for above the threshold for automatic uh, tagging, it went ahead and tag those resources. So if something needed to be, if something was marked for manual intervention, meaning it was the score for that tag fell between the high and low watermarks in the scan setup, you'll see some of these tags marked with a question mark. So you'll see the review pending. So to see what happened here, if we click on that actual tag, you can see it found SSN here, and it went ahead, and in this case, someone has previously manually classified that for another run, but in this case, in the second scan, you can see that it's um, the score here fell between the high and low watermarks, and so we have that again. The two entries are an artifact of running the demo multiple times, but in this case, it looks just like it would if it were run once. You would say accepted here, and then that tag would then be added to the appropriate column for this file that's stored in S3. And so it kind of brings us to the question of okay, great. So what do you do with all this information? What do we do with tags? So discovery is one way in which tags can be automated to find and apply the tag to a data set. A couple of sides that are important to understand. We do have this tag management section down here under access management, which is where you could create tags manually one at a time and then associate those tags with different resources. You can do that here. The discovery process is obviously doing that for you in an automated way, but you can do it one at a time here. We also have the capability of then um, importing tags, which can be done both by REST API calls. We won't show those here, but it's a fairly straightforward process to configure some REST API calls to pull tags in, and then you'd see them being available as part of your um, available tags in tag management. And we could even create, the associations of tags to resources so that they would show up here, as already associated. And that can be done in a variety of ways. One of those ways is, like I said, via REST API. We also have a um, integration with Calibra as well. We won't go into the details of Calibra today, but we do have a first class and supported integration with Calibra for bidirectional tag sync. We're not going to demo that here, but we'll create another video for that because it is quite detailed. But just know that that is possible. So if you have Calibra or Calibra as a product, we can do that directly today. If you have a product that we don't have represented here, we can usually make those connections via professional services engagement, configuring those REST API connections for you. Um, and I think, once you get all these tags in place, the next stage is, okay, great. So what? We do have a video on access management and tag policy creation, but the what happens at the end of all of this process is you use those tags then to create policies. You can create tag policies for both, access management and masking. And we won't go into the details of this, but you're able to utilize the policies against the tables, against columns in those tables, um, to create different policies. So the nice part is if you have data that's being ingested and it's set under these data sources to be automatically scanned as sort of say when data arrives. See, for example, this S3 source here is enabled. You can see up here for real time scanning. So as data arrives, it's going to scan that data, it's going to tag that data, and if there's already existing policies for a tag, there's nothing else you need to do. That data upon ingestion is going to be already tagged, and then the policy that you've already created will automatically apply to that data. So it really the concept here is automating a process that kind of gives you sort of a hands-free, instantly applied existing security policy, so you can configure these access management and masking policies according to what you need internally, and then as the data comes in, it's automatically tagged and automatically already has a policy associated with it because of the connection via the tag, and your daily workload of monitoring and managing this is then reduced, freeing you up to concentrate on more important tasks. Thanks for watching this video on discovery, tagging data for policy enforcement. Make sure you check out our other videos we have in this series or go to privacera.com for more information.